Welcome to Not a Great Whisperer podcast. This is your host, Katie Ray. I am joined with Tia Salone, the owner of Forever Rooted, founder of Forever Rooted. All the things, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you for having me.
I hope you're excited.
I am very excited, very nervous.
Don't be nervous. We're going to talk about all the things. But I really want to talk about how Forever Rooted came about and kind of what brought you here today.
Well, Forever Rooted, like I said, it was born out of grief. My father passed away in 2020, and I lost my job in 2020 during the height of the pandemic. So there was a lot of soul searching. There was a lot of grieving. I didn't know what I wanted to do. Fortunate enough for myself and my sister, my dad left a wonderful legacy and planted many, many seeds of knowledge in the business world. So basically, that's what I did. I decided to marry my love for t-shirts and his wisdom, and I put that in the art on our apparel.
That's so cool. And you're up and running?
We will be up and running on his birthday, June 27th.
That's so cool. That's awesome.
Thank you.
So this will launch after you are up and running, which is even cooler. So what was your first, so is it t-shirts? Is it all apparel? What's your vision for that?
T-shirts, hoodies, crew necks, joggers, cool. Everything casual.
Cool. And is it any specific images? Is it any type of like style?
A lot of the artwork is, some of it has to do with our Celtic heritage. Mm-hmm. Also, things that are important to my sister and I that maybe my dad might have said, or,
cool.
So there's a lot of everything in the designs, a lot of, he inspired everything.
Is your sister doing it with you?
She is. That's and so my fun. Son as well.
Oh my gosh. I love that. And does everyone live in Florida or you live in Pennsylvania?
We all live in Florida. We're all from the same very tiny little town in northwestern Pennsylvania, and we all migrated south.
Cool. And how old is your son?
My son is 23 years old.
Crazy, right? When you say that out loud.
It is very crazy. He is the love of my life, though.
I love that. And I love that you explain that you're happily divorced. I think that's important. I think it's important to say that because, people always take changes in life to be so negative.
Absolutely.
But sometimes it's a need.
Absolutely. I think my outlook on marriage and divorce has definitely changed through the years. Mm-hmm. I have an amazing, amazing supportive boyfriend, and we could be the Kurt and Goldie, of 2022.
Yeah. See? Yeah. I love that. So with Forever Rooted, how hard was it though for you to make that leap into not getting go back to corporate or go back? How hard was that?
Actually, it was extremely easy.
Oh yeah?
I grew up around business owners. We're all entrepreneurs. Mm-hmm. Through my divorce, I did need a steady job in the corporate world. Yeah. So that I needed, and however, it wasn't my long-term goal. It was not my long-term. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life, because my brain can't stop. When you're an entrepreneur, you think different. And so it was not hard.
Yeah, because you grew up around it.
Yes.
Yeah, so you kind of understood that it was kind of moving. But when you had lost your job, were you there for a while?
I was there for 6 years.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's still a hit, right?
It was definitely, it definitely hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't just because to me, I put everything into everything I do.
Yeah.
So my whole heart is in everything. Mm-hmm. And I just felt like, it's like, wow, hit by a bus.
Yeah.
But a lot of people have the same story, through the pandemic.
Yeah. But you're right. If you're putting you're all into something and you get, I totally agree with that. You still have to heal from it.
Right.
So with Forever Rooted, I love who figured out the name.
Myself. My father was a landscape architect. So, and there is a enormous oak tree on one of our properties. And with the Irish heritage, it's very important. It's like a symbol. It symbolizes like strength and strength through adversity. And my father would always say, "Your word is everything. It has to be like solid oak."
Oh, I love that.
So that's and rooted obviously with landscaping. Your plants have to root. So when you are rooted, everything blooms.
Okay, that's super awesome. Your word is everything. It needs to be like solid oak.
Your word means everything.
It means everything.
Yes. If you don't have that, it has to be as strong as solid oak.
And that's super strong. Oak trees are ridiculous.
And it's unfortunate, that I think that's a dying breed of men and women, where everybody was, took you at face value. Your word means everything. And these days, it's just not.
Kind of sucks that you're right. We're so sad now. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, gosh. No, but you are right. And I love, with the things that you're doing, especially with either what your dad's taught you or just how your family grew up, like that's super important to keep that moving because then other future generations are going to do the same thing.
Absolutely. It's extremely important for me to teach my son that and for him to be a part of this.
Is he excited?
He is very excited.
So who's the creative piece to this puzzle?
I would say I'm the one that has the vision.
Okay.
I have the vision, and then, I kind of have to talk about it with my sister and my son, and then they're like, okay, yeah, I see the vision. Okay.
And the creativity of the creation part is you?
Yes.
Okay. So, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I think that's important too, that everybody knows their role, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't really work as well if you don't. So it'll be you three kind of.
It will be, yes, it will be us three. So very excited. And they're like my other half. So I can't do it with anyone else,
Yeah. And how many years apart are you and your sister?
We are 6 years apart.
So cool. I have two older sisters too. One's 6 years and one's 4 years. I was we weren't supposed to have a fourth, but it's fine. Here I am. It works out. But I love that too, because as you get older, that bond is just so important.
There isn't anything like it. We are like, we fit perfectly. Pieces to a puzzle. So
I love that. And so like on this journey that you have for Forever Rooted, what is your ginormous vision? Just to be a known brand across the way and get into people's homes, basically?
Yes. I want to be a household name brand. But not in the sense of, oh, that's a really, that's a cool shirt, but belonging to something even bigger.
Yeah.
Positivity, and being an entrepreneur is an extremely lonely road. You need other creatives around you to be able to see your vision, to hype you up so you can hype them up.
Yeah.
So
you're so
everybody
right.
wins. So to me, it's extremely important to be positive and be a part of something.
Yeah. And do you plan, is some of your plans like markets and things like that in Tampa and Pinellas? Like what's that type of plan for you? How are you going to get the word out?
Well, hopefully with my awesome videos
hell yeah!
on all my social media. Also, I do plan on wholesaling eventually down the road.
Yeah, and I do think community support's huge too, right? So with your videos and all that fun stuff, it'll grow. I love apparel companies that have purpose behind them. That's why I purchase things. And I think it's really important to have just that love of what you're doing that portrays in your work.
Absolutely.
And you're killing it.
You're not about the money. It's about the passion.
And at the end of the day, let's make some money, but no, it's really where it's coming from, right? I love the name Forever Rooted.
Thank you.
It's just really awesome.
Thank you.
And this is part of your grief cycle, and it's very like honest, right? Like how because every day you're grieving in a different part of the cycle. How are you able to really portray that in the work that you're doing?
Honestly, even I was talking to my sister last night. I was driving across the causeway last night, and it just hit like a ton of bricks. It was just a complete, I started to cry. We're coming up on 2 years since my dad's been gone, but all of this has been created because of him. And I just felt such a sense of like gratitude, and I'm so lucky to be able to do this and to tell his story to maybe inspire other entrepreneurs and let them know that there's other people out there that are going through the same thing that you are.
Yeah.
And, but yeah.
Was your dad always honest about his entrepreneur journey?
Very much so. He actually failed 3 times.
Awesome.
Before he became
not awesome,
self-made.
but like, that's so great that he was.
No, his perseverance, that's the quality that, I admired the most, because it didn't matter what was thrown at him. He got back up and did it again.
Did he start entrepreneurship before both of you were born?
Yes, he did.
Oh, cool. So he would tell you about what happened before you were born.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And actually, it was a family business.
Wow.
With my grandfather, which started Sloan's Nursery in northwestern Pennsylvania, and then Sloan's Landscaping down here in Florida. And that's how it all started.
Wow. And the 3 failed were the nurseries?
Yes. In different locations. Wow. In different locations. And actually, my real name is Natia.
Beautiful.
Natia is Hebrew for shrub.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yes. So he picked my name.
I love Natia. It's beautiful. I like Tia too. I like them both. But shrub.
Shrub. I'm a shrub.
I love that you laugh hysterically at that. It's so cute. But that's really cool to see how he made sure that you knew, like, it's not always it's not always rainbows and unicorns, you got to really work hard. Yep.
He missed out a lot because he had a vision and worked and unfortunately didn't take his health as serious as he should. And I've learned that now. You have to, health is wealth, and you have to be healthy to be able to enjoy everything in life. And it's unfortunate that he passed away only a year after he retired. So he didn't have a chance to, go out with a bang. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So. But you and your sister kind of get to keep that moving, that momentum going. And I think that's super, that's a great message to have too. As sad as the moment is, it's so happy. Like, just like you crying over the call. It was like more of like, this is amazing. It's still sad, but
it's sad, but I'm so lucky.
Yeah.
I really am.
And to have your son on board too, which my kids are, so I love when I have to leave you and they're like, please don't go to your podcast day or this. And I'm like, but you have to do stuff that fills you up. Like, you need to do things that you need to do for you too. So it's important that he gets to see that and be a part of it.
Absolutely. And when the 3 of us are together, it's nothing but shenanigans. So
are you getting work done?
We are getting, yes and no. Yes. As long as we have lunch.
That's it. Just feed the people. I love that. And will you be working out of your home first?
I am. Cool. Currently, yes.
That's how it starts. Yep. This is the story. This is the beginning. This is where it's at. This is going to be fun. And then once you all launch and all that fun stuff, we'll get back on. We'll chat about it. Yeah. But here you are, forever rooted, going strong. It's going to be awesome.
Thank you.
I hope you're excited.
Over the moon. I am so excited.
This is awesome. So what do you want to share about Forever Rooted so people can hear about the apparel? Like, what do you want them to remember about this episode?
Basically, when people, when they buy certain things or when they're looking at things to buy, they buy from a story. You have to tell a story. That's why I would buy something if I connect with, someone that has a product or something like that, and I believe in that cause. Yeah, I absolutely would spend the money. And I think that, like I said, just belonging to something positive.
Yeah. And that's all you're doing. You're just spreading a lot of positivity. I love it. And through grief, which is really important to share with people because they connect with that, and not a lot of people talk about it.
Right.
Because grief isn't always just when you're crying by yourself somewhere, you know, it's all day, right?
Right.
And I think that message in itself is going to be powerful too.
Well, I also, you know, within the grieving process, how could I not honor what, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he taught my sister and I, and all of the sacrifices he made in his life so we can be, you know, doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how can they not honor?
Yeah. You're right. You're doing it. Beautiful mom, entrepreneur, sister. Where can we find you? Where's your website? All the good things.
foreverrootedapparel.com. That's the website. Instagram is Forever Rooted Apparel. TikTok, forever.rooted.apparel.
Cool. TikTok. So funny.
The TikTok.
The TikTok.
Yes. I think women of a certain age, like I'm 44, we all say the Walmart, the TikTok, the Publix.
You can. It's fine.
Instagram.
It's the TikTok. It's the IG. Yeah, no. Girl, do it. Live it. You can find Tia also at Not a Great Whisper podcast page, at The Real K-Ray, katieray.com. Forever Rooted Apparel. Check it out. And I appreciate you coming today.
I so appreciate you having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.